Hello, my name is Arthur Williams, ex-Royal Marine, aviation enthusiast and pilot. During this series, I'll be venturing far and wide, discovering the world of Embraer. In this first episode, I'm heading to Norway to experience Embraer's brand new aircraft, the E190 E2 Profit Hunter, on its first commercial flight with Wideroe Airlines. It's going to be an incredible journey. Here we are in Bergen. It's a bright and early start. I've got a flight to catch, and a very important flight at that, because today is the first flight of the new E2 generation E190. So I've got to get my bags packed, I've got to get showered, and I've got to get straight down to the airport, and I cannot wait. Norway is beautiful. My first experience is in the city of Bergen, which really reflects the Scandinavian culture, known as the City of Seven Mountains and famous for the UNESCO-graded buildings on the waterfront. Upon arrival at the airport, I could sense the excitement in the air for the first flight of the Embraer jet.
Yeah. So excited. Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much.
You can't help but feel a little bit of Brazilian warmth is reaching the cold Norwegian shores. And there was nobody more excited than Stein Nielsen and Andreas Ox, who I spoke to last night. So Stein, Andreas, thanks very much for joining me. You've got your new E2 generation E190 jet sitting out there on the apron, ready to go tomorrow. How excited are you?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think finally we have received a beautiful airplane here in Norway and Bergen, and we're really looking forward to present it to our customers.
To be able to offer the passengers either a window or an aisle seat is a selling point for sure.
And what we need in the domestic market is efficient turnarounds, a good customer cabin, and the combination of no middle seat at 2+2 plus large overhead bins gives us that efficiency.
It does actually look beautiful down there, the new E2 E190. So many people have worked so hard on that aircraft. This Embraer jet has already been on its own incredible journey from Sao Paulo over the Atlantic via Aberdeen to Bergen, and now right here at the gate for its first revenue flight to Tromso. And I'm going to be one of the lucky chaps that gets to enjoy this historic flight on its first commercial service. I've been called to boarding, so I better get a move on and get on board.
On board, sir. Nice meeting you. Excited. First man on board.
As you board the aircraft, straight away you get a sense of space. No middle seat, massive overhead bins and wider aisles. You really can see why this interior has won so many awards. The remarkably quiet cabin in the E2 gave me the chance to speak to some of my fellow passengers during the flight to see if they shared in my sense of occasion.
What are you doing on the flight today? Are you on business pleasure or just enjoying the flight itself?
This is just enjoying the flight, so pure pleasure. When I had the chance to take the first flight on a brand new aircraft as the first commercial flight, I found it a good opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much.
For me, this is a very historical moment to participate in this first flight. I'm in the aircraft industry myself, so with that, when the news came out last November that the E2 will be going first flight today, I went straight onto the website and booked flights.
So Fernando, you're the head of the E2 program then from Embraer. I mean, how much of a journey has it been for you to get onto this first commercial paying flight here?
Well, it has been an incredible journey. When I was flying from Brazil to here, I was remembering where we were like 5 years ago, and now having the opportunity to participate, to join on this first flight, it's impressive.
As we approach our destination within the Arctic Circle, the landscape is notably different from Bergen. As we touch down, it's a beautifully smooth landing, and after we pulled up to the gate, I got a quick chance to speak to the pilot.
We are very proud for this day. We are initiating with this new aircraft, the Embraer 190E2, for the first flight on an airline. And for sure, for Wideroe is a special day too, and Embraer and Wideroe will be together for a long journey and with a very happy landings as we have today.
An incredible moment, an incredible aircraft. As I and the other passengers disembarked, we were all a part of this momentous occasion and aviation history being made. And someone who knows Wideroe's story all too well is Turin Mikkelborg.
My first flight was with Wideroe, and it's more than 50 years ago. When I saw they were going to buy a jet, I immediately knew that I had to be on this flight. Wideroe have always been in our memory, and they are in places up in the middle of nowhere where no one else can fly.
And while I've been speaking with Turin, the Embraer E190E2 is preparing for its return journey back to Bergen. I've just landed in Tromso after getting off that historic flight. Oh, what an experience that was. I don't think I'm ever going to forget that for the rest of my life. But I figured that whilst I'm here, I may as well soak up some culture. So I'm heading into town to check out some of the local cuisine. What's this, Richard?
The reindeer
Yeah.
carpaccio, yeah.
Wow, it's a feast. What's that? It looks like crab.
It's a king crab. Another dish we have that sells really good is the fish and chips.
Oh, but they won't be as good as British fish and chips.
Maybe.
As I sit down here and enjoy some beautiful Norwegian food, it's given me a chance to reflect over the last 24 hours. And what a 24 hours they've been. I mean, I look back and I've experienced some pretty cool stuff. We started our journey in Bergen, and Bergen's beautiful. It's a typical Norwegian seafront town. You've got the beautiful wooden-clad buildings along the harbour side. And then, of course, we got the opportunity to speak to Stein Nielsen and Andreas Ax of Wideroe, and they kind of built up the excitement of what we could have expected with our flight on the new E2 E190 today. There was a massive amount of excitement and hub in the airport terminal before we all boarded. And I feel really, really proud to say that I was actually the first passenger to step foot on board. You did have a lot of cabin comfort. You had a larger overhead bin. There wasn't the middle seat. You had a wider seat. They were all true. But the most noticeable difference was on takeoff. We were all sat there and there was a big round of applause. The aircraft spooled up its engines and you could hardly hear a thing. And then we took off up into the air and the cruise was so quiet. It was an amazing flight. It was an incredibly memorable flight, and certainly one that I don't think I'll ever forget.